welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is the first ever video I'm going to do on this channel. I used to be a YouTuber and I did videos between 2014 and 2016, but I've had a 4-year lapse where I haven't done any videos, so I know I'm going to be rusty in this video, but it's all about progressing, and if I can progress my content, the further we go on, the better. In this video, I'm going to discuss night 3 and group 3 of the PDC Low6 Home Tour playoffs. This is phase 2, so we're down to the last 32 players. Who can join Jelle, Klaasen and Dekker in the semi-finals groups? In group 3, we have the two-time world champion Gary Anderson. Now, Gary Anderson wasn't going to compete in this due to poor Wi-Fi, but he did in night 30, and he got 3 wins out of 3, where he beat Dirk van Dijvenbode by 5 legs to 1, Dimitri van den Berg by 5 legs to 1, and Kim Huybrechts by 5 legs to 2. It was a steady performance by Gary, where he averaged between 89 and 92, and he went into the last game with Kim Huybrechts knowing he had to win. It was a straight shootout, which he did do by 5 legs to 2, as I said. The second player in the group we're going to discuss is Jamie Lewis. Now, he was the first person into phase 2 in the home tour. He was night 1 and he won 2 out of his 3 matches when he beat Peter Wright by 5 legs to 1 and he beat Peter Jakes by 5 legs to 4. It was a really scrappy match, that match with Peter Jakes. It could have went either way, but Jamie Lewis got the job done. The game against Peter Wright was the complete opposite. Jamie Lewis was outstanding in the early part of that match and he kicked on for that 5-1 win. But he did lose his opening match in the group to Niels Sonnerveld by 5 legs to 3. It was an edgy game. Jamie started too slow in that match, and by that point it was too late to try and get back into the match. The third person in the group is Nick Kenny. Now, Nick Kenny was the winner in group 5 and he had 3 wins out of 3. In his performances, he beat Luke Humphries by 5 legs to 3, Joe Murnan by 5 legs to 2, and Devin Peterson by 5 legs to 3. Now, none of them were great performances, but it was efficient performances by Nick Kenny. The last person in the group is the World Youth Champion. Now, Luke Humphries had 2 chances to get through his group. As we mentioned, he was in group 5, where he got 4 points with a +1 leg difference. He lost it out to Nick Kenny, who won all his matches that night. He then went on and played group 28, which he won with 6 points and a +6 leg difference. So he won all his matches in group 28, and it was really good performances by Luke Humphries. He beat Andy Bolton with 100 average and a 5-4 win. He then beat Michael Smith in an outstanding match. Luke averaged 108 in his match, winning 5 legs to 2. And Mike van Dijvenbode, he beat 5 legs to 3 with a 97 average. Now, it's going to be real interesting. It's going to be real fast pace in night 3. It's going to be completely different from nights 1 and 2, which there was a couple of slow players, a couple of fast players, and it was different and different. The standard night 2 was a lot better than the standard night 1. So I'm going to look ahead to night 3. Now, the phase 2 is the best of 11 legs, and the first match of the night sees Gary Anderson take on Nick Kenny. Now, I couldn't see any head-to-head between these two, but I think that the difference in this game will be the doubles. I think that they'll score roughly the same. Nick's a very good scorer, so is Gary, but I think that Gary Anderson will edge this by 6 legs to 3. The second match sees Luke Humphries take on Jamie Lewis. Now, these two have played twice before, and Luke Humphries leads a head-to-head by 2-0. They've played twice, as I say, and the first time was a European qualifier in 2018 in June, which Luke won by 6 legs to 4. They then played in Barnsley in the Players' Championships events in July 2019, and it was 6-3 to Luke Humphries. So it's been a little bit of a margin for victory. I think this could be very, very similar. Luke's playing really good darts, as we said in night 28. I think he'll get the job done against Jamie Lewis by 6 legs to 3. The third match of the evening sees Nick Kenny versus Jamie Lewis. The 2 Welsh players, I haven't seen any head-to-heads where they've played actual professional game together, so it'll be interesting to see. Both are inconsistent, and I think this will be a very, very good match to watch, and I think that Jamie Lewis will edge this by 6 legs to 5. The fourth match of the evening sees Gary Anderson take on Luke Humphries. Now, these two have played twice before. The first match probably won't remember, it was in Barnsley and Gary won by 6 legs to 2 in a Players' Championship event. However, Luke got his revenge in the Premier League. He was the first contender ever to get a win in the Premier League when he beat Gary Anderson by 7 legs to 5 in Exeter just before we came down to lockdown. I think this was a very, very interesting match. Luke is more experienced in the online setup, and I think that Luke Humphries will beat Gary Anderson in this match by 6 legs to 4. The penultimate match of the evening sees Luke Humphries take on Nick Kenny. Now again, I couldn't find any meets between these two, but I think that Luke Humphries will be that bit more consistent. As I said before, having just came off a win from Gary Anderson, as I predict, I think that Luke Humphries will get the job done in this match by 6 legs to 1. The last match of the evening sees Jamie Lewis take on Gary Anderson. Now these two have played 8 times and Gary holds a 7-1 advantage in the head-to-head. They played twice in the BDO, which Gary won both occasions, and they've had 5 wins for Gary in the PDC. Now, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. Gary's won the last 2 meetings between these two. In the World Series, he won 8-6 in Germany, and he won in Barnsley in August 2019 by 6-2. Jamie's only won in April 2018 in a Players' Championship event in Barnsley, and he won by 6 legs to 4. I think, again, this was a very interesting match. Fast flowing, as most of the matches of the night will be, as I said, with 4 quick players. I think that Gary will get the job done in this match by 6 legs to 3. I think we've a fast flowing, interesting night, and I can't wait to see the action. You can catch the action on PDC TV and any bookmaker that you want to follow. So with my predictions that I've said in this video, I think that Luke Humphries will top the group and make it through to the semi-final stage, but we're in for a great night. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We want to try